Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm ruling right, yeah. KRBE.
Okay, somebody told you were never going to pull it off, never amount to anything, and look at you now.
Or somebody makes like a snark comment about what you can or can't do.
They remember. Everybody remembers that. That
Yeah.
one person that was against you.
Johnette is up first. Hello. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Good morning, Roula. How are you?
We're great. How are you doing?
I am doing fabulous.
Okay, tell us your story of inspiration on Look at Me Now.
Look at me now. I believe my greatest accomplishment is I have 3 wonderful adult children. And that's every
It's an
parent's goal.
Good.
Yes, just raise them right and hope to
Yep.
God they turn into good humans.
Amen.
Sounds like Mama G.
Amen.
Oh.
But did somebody
There
tell
we
you
go.
that you're not going to raise them right or that you can't be a good mom?
Well, I am a retired special ed aide.
Okay.
And one of the teachers, and I love teachers, and you'll know why in a minute, she told me one time when I would tell her about my kiddos, they were little at the time, that my greatest aspirations was for them to go to college. My husband and I did not. And she said, oh, you need to understand right now that if you have 2 parents who did not go to college, your odds of your children going to college are probably very slim to none. Well, my look at me now is all 3 of my kids not only went to college and graduated, Sam Houston, Texas Tech, and A&M,
Yeah.
they are educators.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, congratulations.
So you beat her
Thank you.
stat, whether she made it up or not.
Yeah, she probably made that stat up back in the day.
Why would you even tell that to somebody, though? I mean, what possible
I don't
good could come of
know.
that?
You can't go back in time. And,
you didn't go to college, your kids probably won't.
I think it's the opposite. I think your kids were like, I want to.
And you know what? That's where I agree with you, Eric. I think that was my husband and I's driving force.
Yeah.
To
is
prove
that
her wrong.
You always, not her, but you always want better for your kids than
Yep.
you.
Oh,
course.
yeah,
We
yeah,
all
yeah,
do
for
as
sure,
parents.
for sure.
And for your
And
first
so-
child to say that they were the first to graduate in your family,
Yes,
that's huge.
actually, it was a little out of order. My middle was the first to graduate, and then my youngest, and then my oldest. But they all went. They all have their degrees, and they are all educators doing amazing things.
Well
That's
done, Mom.
great.
Yeah.
Yay, Jeanette! You win parenting today.
I don't know about that, but I'm a happy mama.
Hey,
Hey,
good for
girl,
you.
I am right there with you. That is all we can ever hope and pray for, that we are just raising decent human beings.
Yeah, we can win awards, all these great things, accolades.
I just need
but
them to be decent adults.
just want to have good kids,
You know, have empathy, have just care for people.
not be a-holes.
Courtesy
That's all I pray
and-
for every single
and
night.
Manners, things like that. Thank you, Johnette. Thank you so much. Okay, look at me now.
guess we can ask again.
Lenacee.
Let's find out.
Lenacee? Hi, am I saying your name right? Welcome to the show.
Oh, hi. How are
Hi.
you?
What's your name? Tell us how you say your name.
Oh, my name is Lenise.
Lenise.
Lenny, like Denise.
Lenise.
There's 2 E's on the end. That's what goes at Lenacee?
Hey, Lenise. So what's your look at me
Takes 'em
now
on.
story?
Okay, Lenise, hello. Tell us your story.
Well, I used to have like this dead-end job, and I had a really, really mean boss, and she was really condescending. And I told her I wanted to be an engineer, and she said, "You'll never become an engineer." She's like, "My son, he couldn't do it." So, basically saying if he couldn't do it, I obviously couldn't.
Wait,
But
Lenise, what's the job that you had at the time that this boss you were working for? Like, what was that
Said
kind of job?
Yeah.
it was an administrative assistant.
Okay.
Okay. So you said you want to be an engineer. She goes, well, if my son couldn't do it, you can't.
Oh, yeah,
and
don't
then,
waste your time.
And I got into Texas A&M, into their engineering school, and I graduated. And 2 hours after walking the stage, I got a job as an engineer.
All right.
Yeah.
nice.
I love that.
That is awesome.
Great school for engineering.
Did you ever see that boss again and be like, hey, guess what I did? I did a thing.
No, I didn't. But
You
I
want
hope
to?
you hear.
You walk up to him and you go,
Yeah.
Yeah. Your son didn't do it, but I did.
Yeah, your son sucks.
Stinker.
I'm awesome.
that's not nice.
Ladies, thanks for sharing your story and congratulations. Are you loving your job?
Oh, yes, I am. I really am.
It's good for you.
I just love that you got a
Bravo.
job 2 hours after graduation.
Yeah, that's
No
wild.
kidding.
Some
That
people's
is
kids
awesome.
are still waiting for jobs.
So had you already put like applications in like for a couple of weeks and then it just happened to come up after you graduated?
Well, I was talking to one of the recruiters at the job that I'm at now, and they said you had to have a degree. And so I guess it was just perfect timing. She called, and I was like, I have a degree now.
Good for you.
Look at you. That's awesome.
Time is
Moniz.
everything.
Congratulations. I love that. If you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan show, we're doing Look at Me Now.
Problem. Please don't panic. Hit Roula and Ryan's panic button.
Please give me the answer.
On KRB.
Buttons.
Okay, yeah, there's a couple of them.
Two of them.
I will say parental discretion is advised for one, but let's start with the friendly one right now.
The less mature
The
one.
less mature one.
Mature.
So he's out and about. He's dating. I guess he has been follically challenged in the past, and he did something about it.
Hi. Look, I'm panicking because I have a hair system, and I got it 9 weeks ago. And look, I love it. It's great. But I started dating a girl who I really like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't told her about it. And I'm worried, she's gonna freak out or like think that it's gross or something. So I don't know what to do. Do I tell her or do I go to the grave with it?
I mean, there's a lot of questions here for me, guys.
Like if it's a hair transplant, she'd never know. But if it's a toupee, she's going to run her fingers through that and figure it out real quick.
My question is, have you erased all of your social media footprint from hair?
Hey, wait a second. You were bald, now you're not.
You know what I mean? Like she's going to look him up and she'll be like, wait a second, this guy doesn't have any hair in this
Unless you
picture.
wear a hat a lot.
Unless he was the cap fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, true.
Always wearing the cap and then take it off, there's no hair.
Or if he had a lot of different hairstyles.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's totally fine. If he wanted to do that good on him.
Yep.
He doesn't have to reveal anything to her until he feels comfortable to. It's like if you had a breast augmentation, you're not going to say on your third date, well, you should probably know that my boobs are fake. You don't say that.
And I mean, you'll figure it out eventually.
But the boobs always stay in there, like that hair system.
Yeah. He says
hair system. If it's a hair system, it should
means
Don't you have to like take it off? And on,
hair
get
system means
haircuts
you're
and
wearing a
stuff?
toupee.
No, I don't know. Hair system, I feel like it's that thing that lady came into our show. She is from the Houston area, and she shows you how men can wear this
But don't they have to
thing.
get it re-glued? Like
They have to get it re-glued. So if she's running, Kevin, we did it as a bit. We put a hair system. We had it glued on your
That's
head.
the best stuff.
Yep.
We do. We shaved
really
his
did.
head, and then we put the hair system on him.
Hold on, you
And it is
shaved my
raw.
head
to see
in a
this.
horseshoe shape.
Yeah, horseshoe.
You have
was-
to.
So that the toupee could be just in this part.
Yeah.
in the middle.
Oh,
But
I've
how
seen this on
itchy was that when
Instagram.
your real hair, like a chia pet, started growing out underneath that thing?
And that's why people have to get it reset. You got to
I'm
go back
scratching
into the system spot, and then they probably shave your
But
head
when
and then
Booster
stick it on
ran
again.
his hands through your hair, could he tell that it was a tube?
Oh, I'm sure it has a different consistency.
texture?
Yeah, consistency.
Wait, real quick. The hair system, are we wrong on just assuming it's a toupee?
Yeah, because
Isn't a
it's
hair
a-
system like some kind of
Hair
hormone you can
system-
take and
Hair
grow
system
it?
is what they call like a wig.
It's a system. I think.
System. It's a wig. A replacement is a transplant.
Yeah.
What do you do there? I don't know what to do for this dude.
I just feel like
Because she's
going to
run her fingers through his hair and be like, "Oh, what's this?"
Give it a couple more dates.
No, maybe he doesn't let her. Like he dodges it. And she goes, "What's wrong?" And he can say, "Oh, I have a scar there from when I
What
was
if
a
they're
kid.
like
I'm very
making
sensitive
out
with my head."
and it like gets loose and
Came off.
Oh
it's
my
like in the back.
gosh.
I think it's better than that,
flapping.
Eric. It's not some flippy flop that the wind
How
can
would
take
either
off.
of you? Okay, Roula and Sam. Say you're both hypothetically single. You're younger and you're out and about, and maybe things are getting a little passionate. You run your fingers through the guy's hair and realize he's wearing a rug.
I don't think I'd realize it, Ryan. I've never realized
You
it.
wouldn't realize.
I've never seen a guy
what
that
if you
until I
felt it?
met you because you're so like, look, that guy's wearing a tube. I never noticed
Nope.
tube lines and all the things that you pointed out to me. So I was just real clueless about it.
But if it say like it started to move and you could tell it was fake, how would you react?
I mean, what's the difference than a girl wearing hair extensions?
Exactly, same
like,
thing.
I wouldn't shame
Or like
a
a wig.
guy.
So it
I
wouldn't be a
just-
turnoff if you knew he was bald under that.
I just would personally not want to see him without it on.
Yeah, because now you know him with it on.
I'm being
you're thinking,
honest. You're asking
You know,
because
you like guys with hair.
yes. Well, also no. If he's completely bald, it's different because you're not going to use the hair system. And I just Googled exactly what is hair system.
Yeah.
It is exactly what you're talking about.
It's a wig.
It's like the toupees attached
Glued
on
in
the
the middle?
top.
They glue it on top of
They
their
glue
head.
it on the top, but it's like normally the sides. I thought it was just very top base. It's not like a whole wig.
People usually don't go
I feel
bald
like-
on the sides.
I feel like this is honestly, we're having the conversation, but it really is a double standard moot point. Because
100%.
every girl has fake eyelashes.
Yep.
I mean, they're so fake.
Fake eyelashes,
And the guys
fake
are like, well, I
nails,
don't want to
fake
see you got those
hair.
fake eyelashes.
Do you think the
then.
guy could be
Yeah.
insecure? Think about that. Like
Not every girl,
like
but
he's
you
like,
know, a lot of girls.
you're like, let's go to San Antonio. We'll go to SeaWorld. We'll go on those rides.
He can't go. He might get on
like,
a roller coaster because he's afraid it's going to blow off.
Like, if some guys are insecure about that, like, oh, maybe that'll screw up my hair.
I just feel like how much does he like her? If he really feels comfortable, it's going to be about the comfort level. Right now, they're too new with each other.
Can you go swimming with those things?
I think so. In those commercials you see them on TV, they're like in the water, they shake it.
Frolicking.
And the other thing that we are missing here is the part where the hair system. Hold on. What was I going to tell you about? Is the hair system that we learned from that lady? God, I can't remember now. That thought just lost my head. I just feel like the guy doesn't have to say anything he doesn't want to until he's ready to tell her. And I don't think she's going to be like, what? You lied to me, you betrayer. It's not like he's saying I cheated on 14 girlfriends before you.
Well, like Sam, like you fall for him as him with
then
hair.
You fall for him.
Yeah, it shouldn't be about looks.
But then you don't like the side. Maybe he's got like an egghead.
When he takes it off?
Yeah,
well, then
like,
just wear a hat.
You say it should be about
something.
looks, but you won't, you would never date a guy unless he was a certain type.
Unless he was, I was attracted to him.
Yeah.
But that's...
That is about
He
looks.
may not be look-wise to you guys, but he is to me.
Okay, here's the thing I want to tell you guys that we have to think about. For the man who just sent us the panic button, if you're just tuning in, he has a hair system, he said. He met a girl 3 weeks ago. He really likes her. She's never seen him without the hair system because she didn't meet him before then. Years ago, there was a superstar tennis player, Andre Agassi. If you were alive back when he was the Wimbledon king and the Grand Slam king, he was known for his amazing hair. And he lost Wimbledon to Pete Sampras because he had started losing his hair and he didn't want the world to know. And he put a wig on and he was so scared the wig was going to shift while he hit those power hits with the racket. He would not hit his perfect game because of the wig. Wow. And it cost him a Grand Slam because of the hair. That's how important hair is to people. So I feel like hair. He was known for the hair. That was his image, his hair. So I feel like this is... For men with hair, it's like the size of the thighs to a woman, or her boobs, or her eyes, or her own hair. Mm-hmm. It's if this girl falls for this guy, and he wants to tell her, "This is what I have." If she really has fallen for him, she'll be like,
"Okay, cool, whatever, yeah,
whatever you want."
So your advice to him would be,
don't tell her yet.
I would not tell her
have 3
yet.
dates.
Yeah,
don't tell her yet.
He said 3 weeks.
Oh, he said 3 weeks. I thought he said 3 dates.
No, 3 weeks.
Well, how many dates have they had in 3 weeks? I wonder.
But 3 weeks.
Nah, I'd wait. Wait till you move in together.
Wait till you move in
He sees the mannequin.
Wait till you really know how you feel about each other.
What's this
collection of heads over here? What's over?
Wait till you're comfortable. Wait till you're comfortable to tell her. You're not comfortable right now. You're stressed about it.
You don't have to tell her. Just like I said, with girls having hair extensions, she's not going to tell you that she has hair extensions.
That's true. Because you got.
Why would
it's not
she
quite
tell
the same
you?
thing, though.
Why is
hair
it not
extensions?
The same thing?
Because she's not bald. She just added to her hair.
Right,
but she could have really short hair
and very thin hair.
If you have crazy relatives, you don't tell them.
Oh yeah,
about that. You wait till you get married, then you go. Oh,
right.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, let me read this texter real quick before we move to the next panic button. The hair thing happened to me, says this texter. It's a female. I have a pixie cut.
Mm-hmm.
One night I wore a wig when I went out. I met a guy. I went home with him that night. The next day he asked for a picture of me, so I took a selfie and I sent it. But I forgot I didn't have my wig on.
Uh-oh.
And he asked, "What happened to your hair?" But texter, tell us, did he ghost you after that?
No, Roula. I texted her back and asked her, and she said, "Nope." I said, "Did you ever see him again?" And she goes, "Nope. We kept in touch through Snap and Instagram, but they never went out again."
He phased her out.
They never went out again. Mm-mm.
He didn't like the look.
He liked her better with the longer hair. But
Dude,
then she can change
be
it
patient. She can grow it out.
Exactly.
So just keep lying, dude.
I'm saying it's
That's
not lying.
horrible
It's not
advice.
lying by
Keep
omission.
lying.
It's just keep it to yourself until you're comfortable to bring it out. Like I said, Eric, if a girl has a breast augmentation on the first day, she goes, "Well, I think you should know my boobs are fake." That's not natural conversation.
But the hair is different. Like the hair is like at any moment. If a guy's that insecure to have to get a hair system, that means he's always thinking about it, and he's not letting himself be free.
I don't think he's necessarily insecure. Maybe he just wanted to improve his appearance.
But you're always going to be thinking
good.
about that hair. I have a buddy in radio, and he got the hair system, and that's all he taught. It's always thinking about.
Can't enjoy his life
I don't
because he's
think
worried the hair system will let him down.
Yeah, I feel like that would happen.
Does he still wear it?
Is there some,
Yeah.
God, why am I scratching my
I'll
head
show you.
right now? So let's focus on relationships for date or ditch.
Date
This is
or
where
ditch.
people have new relationships and they wonder, should I just ditch out now? We're not that deep into it, or should I keep dating? What's the scenario? Is it listener line call?
Okay, yeah. So I heard this listener line call, and I'm like, is this that big of a deal? Y'all be the judge for this.
I've been dating this guy, and on our second date, he took me to which I like, but I didn't really think was like a date spot, but I was fine with it. We went, and the whole time he was feeling soda. I saw him get up and say he was going to get water, and then he was filling his water cup at the soda machine with Sprite. And it just made me uncomfortable. Like, isn't that stealing? He was just doing it right in front of me. It was our second date. I don't know. I just don't trust a guy who wants to steal soda on the second date. So I don't know what to do. Please let me know.
You're going to break up with him because he took a Sprite?
Could I have a cup for some water? That's what I always say.
And then get a Sprite.
I hate stealing. I don't care
like
what it
thieves.
is. And that starts out that way. It's a gateway to stealing more.
You think taking a Sprite is a gateway to a grand theft?
That's
drug like
really
weed.
extreme.
Oh,
my
gateway.
God.
Oh, come on,
Yes,
Eric.
because you get away
That
with
is
it.
extreme.
You get away with it. You get off on it.
You get
and
that
then
little high.
You're like, this doesn't excite me anymore. Now I want to steal the machine.
Well,
That's not
Really?
Oh my God! You guys
They're
steal
going
a
to break
machine.
into the building,
Psychos.
back a truck up, and steal the machine.
I'm just saying.
That's too
If you
far,
walk
Eric.
into a restaurant and you have no intention of ordering any food from them and you ask them for a cup of water and then go to their soda machine and steal soda and walk out, that is 100% stealing. If you have gone to a restaurant that you're eating burgers and fries and chicken fingers and
You've given
appetizers
them a good
and all
amount
these
of
things,
money.
and you go to the machine and you wanted water but you got a little Sprite, I think I'm going to let you slide, but that's just me.
What is wrong with you guys?
But would
Yeah.
you dump somebody over that?
It's the second date and she feels like he's a cheap Charlie.
I'd ask him to go fill my cup up too.
But she's not your personality, though. You can tell that she's not. If she was,
Oh, yeah, no,
she
she's
would
a
not
goody
be calling
two-shoe.
us. She would not be calling us if this was totally normal.
Plus, the
for
place
her.
they went to
She's a
is
goody
not.
good.
That's not a date.
It's
It's
not.
self-service.
I
It's
saw
not.
a couple on TikTok yesterday. They went to Shake Shack, and a girl, she was letting them have it. She's like, I can't believe you took me here. Like, I like the food, but this
This is not a date
Well, remember
place.
that girl that
Where's
was
it
like,
not
I'm
a
not
date
getting out of the
place?
car because
Yeah.
of Cheesecake Factory. We had that whole conversation
Yeah.
about what's on the no date list. But Cheesecake Factory is a great place. Fine.
I feel like a
Lots
date.
of items.
a date is you have to have somebody serving you. I feel like if
Yeah.
you're going up and
Serving
ordering
yourself.
Well, it depends.
like
If you're
self-service.
I don't
like
think that's a date.
16 and you go to Shake
What?
Shack or
a first
whatever.
time date,
If you go to Velvet Taco, they don't self-serve.
that's not a date for the first time. Then
Velvet Taco's good, but I would not consider
Oh
that a
my
date
God.
place.
You guys are snobby,
no.
and I
Called
would go there.
having respect for the woman, and you want to take her out somewhere nice and treat
Maybe
her
that's
nice.
all you
'Cause
have,
it doesn't get any better.
though.
Well,
Yeah.
then you know
Maybe
what?
that's
Maybe you shouldn't be
money-wise
dating.
you already have.
Then
So
you
what,
shouldn't be
you guys
dating
gonna
because you're
live at home?
poor.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Oh,
messed up.
Oh, you should.
Then
so
you
you
should have
people
never
can't
dated
date her.
Eric.
If you
When you were younger.
Wow, we are getting deep in this debate.
I found money. I found a way.
Whoa.
I sold stuff. I even went to those places that pretty much they charge 24% on your money. I need $200. I had
like
nothing.
a fast cash now
Yeah, those
place.
fast cash.
Check your.
Yeah. I
Cash a check
found
now.
ways to go on dates to show the girl because if it's not good at the beginning, it sure in the hell ain't
Not
gonna be
gonna
good.
get
a year-
better.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We're switching gears here from date or ditch because that girl. Okay, fine. You're not into him if he's cheap. Whatever.
Ditch
We're
him.
going to focus
Stomp
on.
him.
Do you have to have a server type date to make it count as a serious date on the first
No.
date?
Not like a Starbucks. I'm
No.
not saying like you're filling
First
them out
date.
before you go on a
No.
date.
First dinner date should be okay.
No.
Okay, listen. Okay, hold on. We got to get real particular here.
Mark's a lucky
because a
man.
lot of times first dates can be coffee dates or drink dates. When it comes to a food date for the first time, to show the person you are serious, should you have a rule hard and fast? There better be a server, or I don't take this seriously.
I'm kind of on Eric's side in this sense.
Especially
that
Shake
kinda
Shack
am
is
too.
not
I think
cheap. I'm not even talking about the price of the stuff. It's just the whole atmosphere.
I
the
think
whole,
what you're talking
You
about
go
is
get yourself some
you
ketchup.
need to put some effort into it. I mean, if this is the most effort the guy's going to put into it, and you're only on your second date, he's not going to be razzle-dazzling you later on down the line.
713-390-KRBE. When it comes to the first date with food, could have been your third date, but it's your first time you're eating food.
and it could be hamburgers, it could be
If the
whatever.
person takes you somewhere that is
You
self-service,
just pooped on
is that not
the
good?
place that they beeped out,
Because-
and there was burgers, so you
No,
can't
because
say
self-serve. Because
That's a self-serve place.
Self-service. Remember, self-service.
Yeah.
this is a nice
even like
restaurant.
even Cafe Express. I love Cafe Express.
It's
I'm
self-service.
not taking you on a date there.
Yes. Okay, that's a good question.
What about
that is a good
Boudreaux's?
question. Is that self-service?
Well, it's
Not to
made to
Boudreaux's
order. You
stuff.
get
I know,
the,
no, I
you
know.
get the little
Boudreaux's.
number with the stand.
Okay, but but then like Papa's Burger, they then you have a server once you sit. If you need like more ketchup, they'll bring it to you.
Oh,
Is that
like
how
Luby's.
Boudreaux's is?
Boudreaux's does have a server that comes by, though.
So
after
you have to
get
order
your
it
food.
yourself
But didn't we
first
go
and
to
then go
what
sit.
go
about
up to the
Papa's
counter,
right
you pick
there?
it up.
Didn't we go there and it's a like you go
They have
and
a
get
server
out their
now.
food?
Papa's
and then,
Barbecue is different. That's a self-service
Papa's
all the way
Burger, they
around.
have that person that comes
Papa's
to you now.
Burger,
Oh,
you
they
go
have
up to the
somebody that comes
counter.
up to you now?
You will order yourself, and then you'll go sit, and a server has taken over now.
And someone made a great point on text, Eric. It's irresponsible to spend money that you that to spend more money than you can afford on a date just because it's a date a woman would appreciate that you can not spend what you can't afford.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
responsibility.
Because then you're lying that you have money taking me to a nice place, and then the next time you don't want to take me there because you had to go and sell your bowling shoes.
Yeah, so Eric, what are you saying?
Sell my bowling shoes.
Eric,
for the second.
it's coming across like you're saying only wealthy people should date.
No, I'm saying anybody. Show some effort. You could go to get a meal for two
Show
people
some effort,
for
take a
$50.
shower, dress nice, and then go to a nice restaurant. Maybe pull out her chair. How about that?
A nice restaurant.
About the effort part. 'Cause remember what he
I'm
said
talking
when he had
effort.
no money, he would go to those check cashing places that are basically
Yes.
loan sharking him,
Yeah,
so that he
ridiculous.
could
No.
afford to take this person out to a date that had servers and nice food.
Like Lupe Tortilla, that place. Fajitas
That's
aren't
nice.
cheap.
Fajitas are not cheap
No.
anywhere. Okay, let's go to the phones. Jennifer's going to answer 2 questions. Okay, first, Jennifer, I know you want to say date or ditch the girl who has a problem with the self-service date where the guy kept, quote, stealing soda. Do you think she should ditch him or continue to date him?
She needs to ditch him.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to turn your radio down because we're confused. Okay, she needs to ditch him because he has no integrity already, you said?
Well, he's not being honest, and how are you going to have an honest relationship if he's so cheap that he won't even buy a soda?
So you're saying if he's going to steal a soda, he might cheat.
No, she never said that.
No, red flag.
Okay, so Jennifer, in the second part, how do you feel about the first date at a restaurant being a self-service restaurant versus one that has a server?
If you come to an agreement that you like a good self-serve, like Claiborne's Cafeteria, because I'm old, or something like that.
Hey, they went to Good Morning America. Bravo to them.
I think it's great.
Okay.
But you have
so
to
you
talk
have to
about it
establish
first.
that you're saying. And I'm not saying, for those just tuning in, we're not saying first date ever. I'm saying first food date. Do you balk at the idea of, well, we're going to walk up here, and if you need more ketchup, go get some ketchup. And if you need a refill on your drink, you got to be...
And the young man would be the one, hey, let me get the silverware, let me get your beverage, let me get your
Exactly.
condiments.
It's romantic.
Then you're like...
Or
And
just-
then you can watch his butt when he goes and gets you your coffee.
Oh, look
and
at you.
drink
That's
and
all we're
your
good for is our
ketchup.
asses.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
baby.
So you think it's okay, Jennifer? Okay. So you think a self-service date is okay?
Good luck.
Okay, thank you
funny.
for listening. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
At least go to the Shake Shack, get the burgers, and then go on a picnic, or go somewhere and go to do something outside or together. Go see a
In
symphony.
Houston during summertime,
Well,
you want us to go
yeah.
outside
It's
on a
104
picnic?
Talk about right now.
Okay, let's go to Matt on the line real quick.
Good morning. So I actually had a girl take me out on a date for our first date.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a mud park and ate crawfish.
Did you
So-
fall in love and get married because you're like all into this, or
we've
you're
been
like
together
anti?
for 14 years.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what a mud park
Yeah,
is.
what
a
is
mud
that?
park? Is that where you find the mud bugs?
Is that we go mudding?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You
Yeah.
go to you have four-wheelers, you have
That's
trucks.
fun.
You just, yes.
And that's a fun
That's a
activity.
cool
But
date.
that's a fun
Yeah.
activity.
That
You're
is.
doing some fun stuff.
Outdoorsy.
And
Not
she
cheap
picked,
to rent a
and
four-wheeler.
Matt,
Yeah.
she
Or
picked the
pay.
activity for your first date. She picked it.
So we were both, she's like, I want crawfish, but I also want to go on a date. And so she was like, I also want to go mudding in your truck, because at that time I had a big truck.
Mm-hmm,
And so I was like, okay, cool. It's a win-win for me.
How old were you,
Yeah,
Matt?
I was 19.
Now, see, that's a fun date.
That's
Yeah.
a 19-year-old date. Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
great.
It
and
has a
fun.
little bit to do with what age you are, too, as to what
If I
defines
was
the
if
right
I was
proper date.
32 and the man said, "Let's go mudding and eat some crawfish after covered in mud,"
But that's not your style.
that's not your style. I'm like,
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
might
for
be
real,
somebody
no.
else's.
but you
Right.
know,
But for Sam,
maybe a 10th date.
she might be into
Once
that.
I know him.
Mudding, go steal some sodas,
Yeah,
go
absolutely.
knock over a bank on
I
the way.
like to. I love when
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
the lemonade is synced with the water. I'm like, oh, I didn't press the water button. My bad.
Oh, I didn't know how it works. It's my first day.
I'm so sorry. I've never been here before.
Okay, we have to wrap up because we got to talk about this FBI daughter dating thing. But real quick, let me run the lines. Carlos said, if you are a real gentleman, you would take her to a place with a waiter.
Yes.
Amber said, but if he spends all his money, Eric, on the
Yup.
first date, he might not be financially responsible.
There's a lot of
Yes.
restaurants out there that are affordable
Exactly.
with people that serve you.
Yeah, but then you're going to shame them because it's not up to your standard of food.
Well, then
Oh,
maybe
there's
it's
good
not
food
your
out there.
match. It's not your match.
It's not about the place, it's about the company.